Scrappy contest this evening. 2 minutes away from holding out for a win and a clean sheet. Kiltimagh got a late equaliser. But how do you sum up that 90 minutes?
I think it was a great performance from the lads, especially the young lads. I mean, it's a harsh lesson that they concede in the last, or we concede in the last 2 minutes. But I thought we held on really well, and it was just unlucky. And I think it's a good performance to take into next week.
And Kiltimagh had opportunities, but thankfully there were some good interceptions from between Sean Prenti and Matthew Moran and Colin McDonald, and a couple of good saves as well from Niall in goal. So that's a bit of encouragement though, in one sense.
No, definitely. They were brilliant. The whole back line was brilliant. Niall in goal, Hall has probably been getting a nod ahead of him in the cup, but today he really put himself in with a shout for next week. He was brilliant. Sean Prenti, Colin was brilliant. The whole back line, class. I can't fault them. They were unlucky to concede. We were unlucky to concede in the last minute. It's just how it goes sometimes.
And if we held out for the clean sheet, it would probably have given the team that little bit of extra confidence going into next week.
Yeah, no, it would have definitely been a brilliant 3 points, but that's how it is sometimes. I still think there's a lot of things we can take away from the game. As I said, I think the back line was brilliant, and we might be under the cosh a lot next week, so I think it was a good test today to see how we'd handle it, and we just got unlucky in the last few minutes. And
the opposition, they're fairly in your face really, right from the off, making it very difficult out there.
Yeah, no, they came and they played well. They were physical, but I thought they played football as well. They're a good team, so fair play to them. They came in here and they played well.
And looking ahead to next week, Mervue, we all know it's a big game for the B team, a historic game actually for the B team, to push it into true perspective. But I know it's going to be a huge challenge for the lads, but knowing the lads that are out there and the lads that will be involved next week, I think that they will go out there and do themselves really proud no matter what the outcome is.
No, absolutely. When you get to quarter-final, that is, yeah?
Quarter-final, yeah.
Quarter-final of the Connaught Cup, we're not in it to just appreciate the teams that we're playing against. We're here to win it. At the end of the day, it's Mervue United. We should be competing no matter what team it is. We should be competing in all the cups, and that's what we're going to do next week. We're going to take it to Mervue, because what else can we do? We're not just going to sit back and watch them.
And the first team tomorrow will be hoping to get their first league win of the season in Knock tomorrow afternoon. Yeah. So, and I think a couple of the lads might be involved in that, so I'm sure you'll be wishing them the very best of luck.
Oh, absolutely. I'd say Michael has kind of reiterated it a lot that it's one club at the end of the day, and they've been good to us. They've given us players, and that's why we've been able to compete, I think, in the Connaught Cup. And Kev has been brilliant to us as well, so we're all behind them. We hope they get a result, and I'm sure they will.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Scrappy contest tonight, 2 minutes away from a narrow 1-0 win, late equaliser from a corner kick. Is that how you sum it up?
Yeah, it wasn't an enjoyable game. It wasn't an enjoyable game to manage, and I'm not sure it was an enjoyable game to play in. We seemed a little bit off the pace this evening. Haven't played as well as we played in other games. In fairness to Kiltimagh, I thought they played quite well, and they were really up for it, and they were biting into tackles, and they disrupted us. I think they deserved to draw. I think if we held on for a 1-0 win, we'd have gotten away with it. So, in the end, probably a fair result, but it's always disappointing to lose with a last-minute goal.
When you look back over the game, when you look back over the game, you had a couple of good saves from Niall. You had some brilliant blocks coming in from Matthew, from Colin, from Sean, and defensively it was actually not bad.
Yeah, we held firm, and they didn't have an awful lot of chances. They were really limited to long-range shots, free kicks, and they got the ball in high and quickly into our box a lot. But we dealt with most of them quite comfortably, and they never really cut us open. But on the other hand, we didn't cut them open that often either. We only had three natural defenders to select this evening. Noah was injured, Dara Hoban wasn't available, Kieran Cuddy wasn't available, so we actually had to put Colin McDonough, who hasn't played centre half, I'd say, in 10 years, in there. He did very well, and thanks to him for offering in that role. But we were just a bit stretched this evening. We had a number of players playing with niggles as well, and it was just difficult to manage. Difficult to manage and get the players onto the pitch.
And the goal from Des after 10 minutes really opened things up for us and put us on the driving seat. But thereafter, as you say, we didn't really do an awful lot to extend the lead. But at the same time, even though we rode a little bit, never really looked like conceding either.
No, it was a really tough battle in the middle section of the pitch, and probably both defences weren't under serious pressure for most of the game. We had some chances to where we opened them up a little bit. Conor Calvey brought us a good injection of power and pace in the second half. I suppose I used the game today to see if I could get everybody game time. Some players hadn't started or played in a while, and I was trying to manage our way through making sure everybody has game time, because we are a reserve team and we're a support team in a way. We're in our own competition, but I think it is important to try and get everybody on our squad game time. That's what we did in today's game.
And of course tomorrow there'll possibly be some of the lads being involved with the first team up in Knock.
Yes, that was one of the reasons I took Dan off, because Dan might get some game time tomorrow, and it was simply so that he wouldn't play the full 90 here, and he would have something in reserve for tomorrow if Kevin needs him.
And looking forward to next week, the big one against Mervue. And this game obviously is some sort of preparation ahead of that, and you'll be looking for the lads to be kind of focused throughout the week about the game, wherever they can train, and be disciplined about it, and look forward with the right attitude.
Yeah, we'll have to play better than we played today, a lot better, but we will have reinforcements back. We would hope to have Alex and Fionn and Kieran Cuddy, Jasper. Listen, it's a fantastic opportunity for lads to play in a Connaught Cup quarter-final, and really looking forward to it. It's difficult to feel positive about anything at the moment when you can see the last-minute goal, but yeah, we're going to look forward to that next week.
As Brendan said it himself in his interview, he said that we're going into the game not to admire who's left in the competition, but to go out there, compete and do our best and maybe pull off a win.
Oh, absolutely. We're not going to turn up just to compete in that game. We're going out to try and win that game. You have to. Why else would you bother winning all the other games to get to this stage? Absolutely, we're going to try and win the game.
So we'll be looking forward to next Sunday.
Yeah.
Of course, hopefully with tomorrow afternoon, the first team get 3 points on the bag, and the players that will be involved next weekend come through unscathed. But we'll be looking forward to next Sunday, and I think the big thing is get the town down, get the red and black out, and get behind the lads.
Yeah, it's a Connaught Cup quarter-final, and it would be great to get support here to help us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kenneth.
You make your luck, you ride your luck. Is that how you describe today's game?
Yeah, look, it was a good game. I thought it was a battle, like, for sure, out there today, and I'm delighted that kind of we got over the line. And it was, as you say, we had a small bit of luck maybe, but I think we deserved it, yeah.
Talk us through your goal.
Well, to be honest, like, Alex done most of the hard work down that left side, and I hung again around the edge and just squared it back to me and just tried to get it on target, and there was a bit of a ricochet off the keeper and it went in. So glad to get it, but look, delighted because it helped us win obviously, but pretty simple goal.
That save from Gary Cunningham on 17 minutes from a Kiltimagh corner, I think the reflex was so unbelievable.
Like, I think it was the last one we done in Manila, wasn't it? I was praising Gary as well, but look, he's just the best keeper around, in my opinion. And I just can't say much more really. It's just like that's nearly the norm for him. But I'm delighted that he's there in goal because he saved us again today. Yeah.
And the work ethic out of the players today, I've seen a lot of guys covering a lot of ground out there.
Yeah.
What I have to say about it?
Yeah, like Kiltimagh covered an awful lot of ground, put in an awful lot of good tackles, organised really well. I thought Fionn O'Hara was unbelievable again. It took him about 10 minutes to get into the game, but after that he was, in my opinion, the best player on the pitch. Between him and Alex, I thought Alex's work rate, especially when he went to left wing. They're two really great players. Everybody in there played very well today. Everyone's put 100% in, and look, that's all that we were asked to do, and we came away with a win.
And I'm sure today will give the lads a lot of confidence now going into Ballyhane next weekend. Give everyone a lift in the dressing room and players to come back in, so it's something to look forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I think we deserve this result. We've been putting in a lot of hard work, and just to get across the line there and get some momentum, 3 points. So let's go again next week, and let's go and see can we improve and keep improving throughout the season. I think last time we talked, you asked me, I've talked to you twice now this year, haven't I? But you asked me, did I see any improvements? Well, I'm seeing improvements every time we go to the pitch, so I hope that continues.
And of course, next weekend is the Connaught Cup quarter-final against Mervue, and some of the lads involved today will be involved in that game next Sunday. So I have your message for the lads?
Yeah, just keep doing what they're doing, I think I've watched like 3 or 4 of their games now in the last 2 months, and they're doing really well. I suppose they've made history now twice as again the first team to be in the quarter-final as a B team. To me, there is no really B team in Westport United, but just go and smash it, do as well as they can, work hard, and hopefully it's enough. Yeah.
And with some of the performance I've seen from the lads, I don't see any reason why they should be afraid next Sunday. I think they should go in and give it their best shot, and for some of the players who are not currently involved with the first team, it might put them in a position to get noticed and get called up.
Yeah, look, well, as you can see, there's players getting chances, so take what you want out of that, but that's a one-off game, Connaught Cup quarter-final, they'll do okay.
And have your message for our supporters for the 2 games next weekend, both the Super League game and the Connaught Cup game?
Yeah, just get out and support if you can. Like it's always nice to see people down here supporting us, and if you can do it, come out and watch a game of football. The standard is getting better each week, so yeah, if you can come out and support, it'd be great to see.
Thank you very much. This ground certainly didn't provide any good memories for Westport United last season. Today it certainly gave us a win. You could say we rode a look at times, we made a look a bit. How do you sum it up?
We did. We rode our luck, but we created as many chances as they did, and that's football. You just the swings and roundabouts. When we have the ball, our mission is to try and create as many chances as possible. When they have the ball, is to try and minimise as many chances as they create as possible. And they got through once or twice, maybe 3 times today. And on another day, there's one lad there, he could have scored 3 goals. Today's our day, thankfully.
Talk us through PJ's goal.
Well, I think it was a good break from us out of defence. It got out to Alex. Alex cut the ball back, and it was a fine finish by PJ. I know he scuffed it a bit, came off the ankle or came off his shin. Their keeper nearly got to it, and it just seemed to slip in, thankfully.
And one of the big talking points in the second half is undoubtedly that save Gary made.
Gary made a fantastic, it was a reflex save from the sideline where we were. I really thought it was gone in, and he put out that big left hand there and he just pushed it out for a corner. Gary's an immense player, he's so valuable to this club, to this country, to the province, and he proved his worth to us again today.
So I'm sure today will give the lads a bit of confidence going ahead to next weekend against Ballyhane. Ballyhane has been a tough proposition for us the last couple of seasons, So, and Ballyhane won last night 3-2. So that means the lads will have to really step it up to the mark again next weekend if they want to get a result. But with lads looking to come back in over the next while.
Yeah, well, we worked hard at training over the last week for this game today. We had a game plan set out. We knew what team we were going to be starting, and the plan worked for us in most cases. So it sets us up very, very well for the Ballyhane game next week, which is going to be a huge task for us again. But listen, we'll work on the Ballyhane game during training this week, and we'll be there for that game.
And of course, some of the lads that are involved today will be involved with the B team next Sunday in the Connaught Cup quarter-final against Mervue, a game in which we're all looking forward to. So have your message for them lads?
Well, I do. It's a phenomenal achievement for this club, for them young lads to get as far as they have. And I'm confident that if they turn up with the right attitude, they will put it up to Mervue. This is not going to be a soft game for Mervue. These lads are very, very good technical players. And it's all about they coming with the right attitude. And my message to them is, listen lads, prepare well, train well during the week, eat well, sleep well, come out with a positive mental attitude for that game on Sunday.
And for your message for our own supporters back home for next weekend for the two games?
Well, we had fine support here today, and we've noticed ourselves that support, since we started, the support is getting bigger and bigger, getting louder and louder. And I would implore all local people in Westport to come out and support our local team, our local young boys. They're doing phenomenally well, and let us keep this gravy train going, so we'll call it, and we push on for the final.
Indeed, and I will be imploring myself to get all the Red and Black Army down to United Park for the two games next weekend, and as I often said in the past, add your voice to the sound of that crowd, that famous song by the Human League from their Dare album in 1982. So get out there, down your red and black, go out and support the lads.
And a message for Michael as well, Michael Horn. Michael Horn is doing a great job with them young lads. He needs to be commended, he needs to be supported also. So we'll be there on Sunday supporting our young lads, and hopefully, as I said, everyone in the town will come out and support them.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.